All right, gonna be a good day. Frizzy hair day. Gonna be a good day. Let's go. Connectors, what's up? DK here. Hope you're having a great day. Hey, I want to tell a story today. And the story is the subject of the video. Storytelling. That's nice, isn't it? Look, from the very beginning of human society, storytelling is the number one driver for passing along information and for getting information from one generation to another. And most importantly, storytelling is the way that we can associate new information best when you learn something, when you build on something. And our organizations, especially in the nonprofit sector, really need to harness the power of storytelling. Why? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, stories associate personal connectivity to one another. When you hear a story of somebody's upbringing, somebody's challenges in their life, or somebody overcoming something, you can associate that to something within your life. You might have had a situation in your life where you needed to overcome a challenge that had come from you. Or you might have realized that something was different in your life and needed to be changed, and you started making work and effort to make that change happen. And you can see that and you can hear the experience within the story that you're telling. So as a nonprofit group, the best way to friend raise, as I talk all the time, friend raise before you fundraise, as you're friend raising, a very strong way of doing that is associating a story to your own personal life. That's just the perfect way to connect people. Number two, it humanizes. We do all this amazing work helping our fellow brothers and sisters in our community, and too often we rely on stats and figures. And of course those are all important, and there's a moment and a place for all those things. But in the real connectivity, when you're going from person to person, a human connection requires that the human understand this connectivity on a personal level. And to be very honest with you, statistics don't do that. I could give you the greatest looking pie chart and it has all the wonderful data and everything, but those are just numbers, and that's just a graphic. The story is what is a binder. It binds the person that listens to it. It binds that person to the understanding of what the story's outcome is hoping for. So connect stronger through story. Less statistics. There's a time for it, but there's always time to connect with the story. I feel like an X-Men reject. Do I look... I don't know what I'm wearing today. You know, another thing that stories do? They allow the imagination to soar. They allow us to think about the what ifs and the imagine if we do this. There's a great phrase that Walt Disney and the Disney Company used to do for their designers. Instead of calling them engineers, they were called Imagineers. And the whole idea that he wanted to give them that new title of Imagineer is he wanted to remind everybody that they're in the business of the what if. And they're in the business of looking out beyond the immediate moment, beyond what we have. And we as the nonprofit sector should want to encourage our friends, our friend-raising apparatus, our donors, our volunteers, our supporters, our board, our staff. We want everyone to realize that we are thinking about the what if, and we're thinking about the future, how we can get into what we do, how solving the problems of our community or enhancing our community in some way makes our community better for all of us. So what better way to do that than to tell a story, and in that story, allow people to imagine the what if. The success that we bring starts with the stories that we share. Finally, let me state the obvious. Stories are fun. They're exciting. You can put charisma into it. I can give you a prospectus on a nonprofit and give you its stats and figures and all this kind of stuff. And it's kind of boring. But a story, you can put your passion into it. You can put your soul into a story. You could talk to somebody, really connect with them, get right into their eyes and say, let me tell you a little bit about what we do. And let me tell you through this story. Stories give you passion for your purpose. They put down your purpose into a passionate storytelling mode that can get people. I talk all the time about that tuning fork. It gets that tuning fork to go off and boom, Before you know it, somebody is enriched because of that story, and most importantly, they are activated because of that story. Stats and figures are good, and we process them in our brains, and we think about what those statistics mean, and everything's great about that. But a story can make that tuning fork in your chest go off, and can pop you into the moment, and that right there is activation. And we will activate on something. So a story can push a group to get excited about volunteering, can push an individual to maybe become a donor to a major donor to a legacy donor, a board to get more active, board members to recruit stronger board members. Everything that can happen through storytelling can bring passion to your organization. And if there is anything that you have to bring, it's the passion. So get out there. Whether you're the executive director or the newest staff member that was just hired, the top volunteer, or the board member that just came on for the next term for the board, you need to be telling stories. You need to be telling stories of the organization. And if you have a question about what kind of story to tell, start with the most obvious. What's your story? How did you get here? How did you become involved with this nonprofit? Give people a story that will connect them. So I'm going to end it right here. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me again. I really do appreciate it. My name is DK. I'm with Connect the Dots Movement. And if you are interested in this story or the other video stories that we do here, please visit us on Facebook, facebook.com/Connect the Dots Movement. And make sure that you like and share the videos. And also be sure to follow us on Twitter @WeConnectDots. Retweet and send us questions through Facebook or Twitter. And if you have a topic you want us to cover in one of these videos, let me know. You can also email me right here at Doug@Connect the Dots Movement. Pinky swear, I will get back to you. And if you want me to connect with your nonprofit organization, if you need a free consultation, that's right, we start with a free consultation. It doesn't cost you anything. Buy me a Diet Coke. Believe me, Diet Coke is a big win for me. We can sit down and talk about your organization and what your goals are and what you want to achieve as a nonprofit, and more importantly, what you want to achieve within your community. So Doug@ConnectTheDotsMovement.org. So guys, thanks again for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. My name is DK, and you have just been connected. I'll see you guys around. Nonprofit Power.